Okay, very interesting, specific message. Kind of spicy. I'm going to tell you the cards that came out, then the messages I got, and then we'll try to piece this together. Because every time I try to get further into it, it gets a little bit tricky. It feels like you're dealing with someone who's a little bit slippery. Maybe their energy changes quite frequently, or the situation is evolving, it's ongoing. Okay? So the first two cards that I got out, well, actually, let me read you. I'll go in order. This is important. This is part of the message. Something about the order of things could be significant. Maybe you want to track down the order of something. Get a timeline going. I don't know what this message is about for everyone or what area of life. So you use your discernment, and maybe a message you want to come back to. Okay, if you think something is going to evolve over time, maybe come back to this message and see how it plays out. Okay, so the first things I got was someone's overthinking, trying to compensate for something. There's been a missed delivery. It could be a missed delivery of a message from their intuition, or they missed something from you, or something's been missed. There was a delivery and they missed it, or maybe you missed something they were trying to deliver to you. Could be literal or it could be figurative. Then I saw an asterisk. There's something about this person not reading the full terms and conditions, or not knowing what they're getting into, or there's something about reading the small print, but it feels like them. You know, when you see a special offer for something, or there's a contract and there's an asterisk, and you're supposed to read like what does that asterisk mean, and go to the bottom of wherever the page, and okay, so it's only this if I do this. You know, there's a stipulation that this person has missed. Maybe this is an energetic stipulation, like some kind of karmic contract, and they missed the fine print, the small print. I don't know. It seems like this person is careless in some way, a little bit reckless. They could be working with other people too, or they have some kind of guides or entities or something they're calling on to help them work. Something they're calling on to help them work through things, but they're not reading the small print as they get involved with these energies. Okay. Only take what resonates. Because I know for some of you, there's someone who's overthinking, and it feels like they invent convenient truths for themselves to believe. And then there's also like same kind of energy, but more sinister almost. It's like, it's this energy I'm reading, it exists on a continuum, right? So over here, it's like maybe somebody who has no bad intentions, but they've really got themselves into a pickle with their own thoughts and energy. And then that same kind of energy grows and progresses into this kind of vile, and I am picking this up, this vile kind of manipulative, calculated energy. So it's kind of a spectrum here. So you have to figure out, whoever you're dealing with, where they are on this. Increase it and decrease it as you need. Okay, because this is just energy I'm picking up on. And it could be, for those of you who are dealing with this energy in the more extreme, that they weren't always like that. That they used to just be a little bit more confused, and they figured out how to alter the world around them so that things conformed and reflected what they wanted, rather than doing inner work to be at harmony with the external world. Something like that. There could be yeah, okay, I don't want to go there. Yeah, this has sorry guys, this has different levels to it. Okay, so then I also got, there's been something that's gone sideways, and then I got sliding doors. And when I wrote this, it reminded me of the movie. I think that It's called Sliding Doors with Gwyneth Paltrow. It's about, she's going towards a subway train. The door's closed. She misses the train, and the movie tracks two parallel lives. The life that she would have had she got on the train versus the life that she had because she didn't get on the train. Now, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe the outcome was the same. The path getting there was just different depending on whether she missed the train or got on the train. So I feel like Spirit is telling you here that the outcome with this person or this situation has already been set in motion. Like, it's going to be very hard for you to use your free will to change what's going to happen with this person or for this person, regardless of the choices they make. And I even feel like regardless of the choices you make now. I asked Spirit, what is your energy? Because I wanted to make sure this wasn't you. And I got Temperance. So that's very clear to me that this is someone else. Because if you're in the energy of Temperance, this is balance. This is patience. This is looking at things with an even mind. I'm even hearing even playing field. Okay, this is not you trying to get the upper hand. This is you keeping things in balance. And I'm almost sensing like fairness here from you. And guidance, and you're receiving guidance. Okay, so then when I asked Spirit to confirm this whole message for me, I got the Cavern in reverse, number 13, and the Crown Fire, number 21. And together these cards are saying that someone's freaking out because something's been exposed. The Crown Fire is basically the Tower card. Somebody's having a tower moment. Their crown chakra has like busted open because something has been exposed. And by busted open, I mean like their thoughts are frantic. Their intuition might be all over the place. For some of you, this person has been like trying to really get something to work their way, and they're just not getting it. They're just not getting it to go their way, and maybe they're not used to that. There's something here that they've kept concealed, maybe from themselves, maybe from you, that is now like really obvious. Because I also got the cards Concealed Moon, which is a concealed, there's a lie here, or something that's been hidden, concealed. This could even be something about themselves and like how, like they're finally becoming aware that they're not handling something right. Okay? And then I also got Truth with Graveyard. The truth that has been buried for so long is now out of the cavern. Like it's not concealed anymore. So we're going to get in further and see what's going on here. I feel like one of the most important messages so far that Spirit's giving you is that the outcome has already been set in motion. This person is like meeting their fate or their destiny that they created themselves. They've taken certain actions. They've thought certain thoughts. Okay, that has energetically led them down a path where it's very hard for them to turn around now. It's very hard for them to set things straight, but it's not impossible. It's just unlikely that they're going to do it. Maybe because they don't know how, maybe because they don't know what they've done. Okay, so let's get in further and see what else is going on for you and this energy, this situation. Actually, let me look at first the energy supporting you. Tell me the energy supporting the collective spirit. Path. See, you chose the right path. Your path is clear. Okay, hold on. Let me verify. Tell me more about this path. Obstacle and healing. Okay, so you didn't give up on something. The obstacles in your path, you didn't let it stop you. You didn't let it take you in a wrong direction. Didn't we have a message about a subway line before? I think we did. I think it was in a collective reading. If you remember what reading that is, let me know and I'll link it down below in the comments and I'll pin it. But this is reminding me of that reading of the subway where there's different levels. It feels like this person got on the wrong train. But either way, they were going to end up in the same place. Maybe they're trying to convince you that you took the wrong train, that you took the wrong path. And they tried to put obstacles in your path to make you think that. But you've healed through those. You've healed any obstacles in your path. And I do want to say this does feel like some obstacle, this situation with this person. It's something you have to maneuver. It's like you have to figure out what you're going to do about this. Emotionally, psychologically, energetically, actually. You have to kind of deal with it. But you have that capacity to do that. I'll show you this healing card. See these tattoos here on this person's back. They're like, I'm hearing a legend on a map that tells you where everything is. Oh, she's sewing these tattoos in with a red thread here. I don't know if you can see it. You have guidance and you have experience, you have memory of obstacles that you've encountered in the past, and then those serve you well. See, I feel like in the past for this person, and even in the present, whenever they got an obstacle on their path, rather than trying to transmute it, heal something, they disrespected the obstacle, or they disrespected the opportunity for growth. You're dealing with someone who's very obstinate, stubborn in a sense. Doesn't take time to reflect. They're reckless. But on this spectrum I'm picking up, on the extreme end, they think they're very smart. The smartest people usually question themselves. You know, not out of like lack of self-confidence, but they ask themselves, is there something I'm not seeing about this? Is there something I haven't considered? What about, they try to get a more holistic picture. They try to see things from other perspectives and other sides. This person doesn't do that. So let me see the energy that is challenging the collective spirit. Because when you ask more questions and you explore the various possible answers, you're more prepared. It's harder for things to catch you off guard. And I feel like you have caught this person off guard because they have not asked the right questions. Movement is your challenge. So there's an obstacle on your path, something you need to heal before you can move forward. So someone's blocking your movement somewhere. This person is blocking movement in some way. Back roads. Oh, wow. Path and back roads. Look, they're trying to get you to go back on something. They're trying to make you move backwards. I know back roads aren't always like going backwards, right? They could be taking an indirect route to something. This is fascinating. But the way I picked it up first was they're trying to get you to go, you sense an obstacle on your path and you go back instead of dealing with it and confronting it. But you are going to deal with it. You know how to deal with it. You are going to transmute the energy. You're coming out as Temperance, which is the alchemist. The challenge. Now, also, another challenge is that because this person has presented an obstacle, you may think, oh, I'm just going to, rather than going the straight, direct route, because now there's an obstacle here, I'm going to take the back road instead. I'm going to take the other way instead. And Spirit saying, that's not the way. Okay, there's something important about you continuing to go straight forward, to take the direct route, to follow your path. Don't go searching for a shortcut or a back road. Whoa. Yeah, for some of you, this person is trying to control something on your path or get you to move in a certain way so they can keep some kind of truth concealed. Yeah, because if you keep going straight down your path, it feels like this becomes very clear to you, whatever's been concealed. Yeah, I'm feeling this here. Cleansing. You moving through these obstacles cleanses out this energy mountain. Yeah, and it feels like this obstacle is big. Or at least this person is trying to make this obstacle big. But look, there's a passage underneath the mountain. You don't have to climb up the mountain. You can go through the mountain. So you don't need to take another route. You can still keep going straight because there is a passage under the mountain. And the only way you're going to see this passage through the obstacles if you get if you get close to it. So if you confront it, if you deal with it, if you face it head on, if you look at it, oh, I need to get closer. Let me see if I can get closer and see if there's a way I can get through. And then you keep going, you see the passage. But if you stay back at a distance and you don't look at something or you don't deal with it face on, you may just think, oh, there's a mountain way up ahead. Look at that. We better turn around, go down the back roads instead. And if you were to do that, perhaps this person gets to keep their truth concealed or get their way with something that isn't good for you. Okay, so we've cracked through the energy a little bit because it was difficult in the beginning. This person has a way of putting up some kind of... It's kind of annoying. I don't know what they do exactly, but they find a way to delay the inevitable. Okay? Okay, let's see. Spirit. Tell me more. Let's do a couple more. Seeing the name Fiona here. It's on one of my decks and I just looked up and it really caught my eye. That could be significant for someone. Or the letter F. I mean, it's not going to be for all of you, so don't worry about it if it isn't. But I trust that when something really pulls me in, there's a reason for it. And you should trust that too. It's also very useful for you at this time to talk something through with a friend, with a counselor, with someone who you trust, journal even. But it's like this person's a little bit tricky. It could almost be convincing to some degree how this person operates. But if you talk it through, or it's something about saying it out loud though. Look at the fork in the road and the Two of Wands. There's something like you see the sliding door. Hold on. Okay, so say something happens with this person. Talk it through. They said this. Maybe I should say this. Maybe I should do this. What do you think they meant when they said this? I don't know. There's something about like talking it out, like really helps you work through the energy. Because as you talk it out or as you verbalize whatever it is that's going on, it becomes more and more obvious. The cavern in reverse. It comes out of the cavern. It's like, whoa, I see how this is so obvious. Sliding doors, sideways. This person could be trying to do two things at once. Okay, let's get into the collective's energy here, Spirit. You might see a moth. I'm seeing this beautiful green moth here. as an omen or a sign of support for you. Oh, the deck flipped upside down. Interesting. Yeah, I asked, why is the deck upside down? I mean, I picked it up the wrong way. Okay, but that's fine. That everything means something. And I cut on the Ace of Swords and I just saw the Magician behind that in reverse. It's because someone's trying to make something. Oh, and then I'm seeing mirror, some mirror soul. When things are upside down, it can be like a mirror. Someone's trying to mirror you, or they're trying to create another version of reality, but it's like instantly you recognize something doesn't look right here. Okay, so I think that was the message. I'm going to turn the cards around. I know not everybody likes that, but I trust my intuition enough to know how to read the cards. Okay. So, Daughter of Cups for your overall energy. I love this. It's almost like you're not naive, but you're innocent. And I mean that it kind of in a way of like, you're not guilty. You're innocent. You've been acting with integrity. You haven't been trying to massage any truths or conceal like something weird here. No. And I feel like this is what's actually exposing this person or this situation. You're not playing the game, or you're not dancing the dance. You're just kind of being. You're just doing you. Now, if this is somebody's overthinking, and your calmness, and I'm hearing, and your directness are really throwing this person for a loop. What you don't see coming is the Six of Cups. This is your past experience being so informative in this situation. Like, it really gives you the tools you need. You can really call on things that happened and in the past as reference points for how to deal with this. So I don't know if this is a cycle you've been in with a person countless times and you know already certain things, and that gives you kind of a good insight into what's going on, or if these are things in the past that you dealt with that are totally unrelated but still have given you the right tools to deal with this situation in the best way possible for you. I'm also getting here that you are extremely intelligent. See these roots? So like your neural pathways, you're extremely intelligent. And because you're coming out as the Daughter of Cups and Temperance, you don't feel the need necessarily to prove anything because you're innocent. Yeah, oh, maybe someone's trying. Yeah, maybe this is like a legal situation, or it could be a metaphor. But it's almost glaringly obvious that you've done everything with the highest integrity possible in the situation, because you're not out there trying to prove something. Six of Cups for what you don't see coming. Let's see. Let's go a little bit further. Father of Pentacles. You have something inside of you that when you encounter situations like this, you can access and call on this kind of mature, resourceful, guided energy to just stay calm. Spirit, can you help me out a little bit further here? This confuses the hell out of someone. Some of the cups. This confuses the hell out of someone. How could you be so calm, or how could you be okay? How could you be so grounded when they're kind of like stirring the pot, or not even if they're stirring the, for some of you, they're stirring the pot. For others of you, their pot is stirred. Okay. Their pot has been stirred, i.e. their crown chakra, their head, right? And they just don't understand how you're so calm. Yeah, I feel like they're speaking to other people, Three of Cups. They may be getting the wrong advice. Justice, yeah, in reverse. Now, some of these cards, not all of them now, are in reverse. Yeah, they're getting the wrong advice. So your opportunity, well, hold on. Is there a truth that's been concealed that collective doesn't see coming, or do you know the truth already? Ten of Pentacles in the upright and Father of Cups in the upright. Three of Swords at the bottom. There's something that could be about money. Okay? Or possessions. That's for some of you. Someone owes someone money. Six of Pentacles, yeah. Hold on, let me just get a little bit more. What's the concealed truth? You have something that somebody needs, or you have something that somebody needs or wants. They don't know how to get it from you. I don't even know if you know you have this thing. Could be energy, could be a thought, an idea you have, your creativity, could be love, could be an actual possession, but you, or a position you hold. You have something that somebody wants. The Ace of Swords, the Empress, and the Ace of Pentacles. And they're trying to figure out how to get you to give it to them. And they're doing, I don't know, they're doing something here. What are they doing exactly? I feel like this, I don't know if I should post this. Okay, this is one of the ones where I'm not sure if I should post it. We'll see. Okay, yeah. Well, the Chariot, the Hangman, and the Tower is what they're doing. They're putting an obstacle on your path. They're creating a tower moment. But it's kind of ironic, right? It's kind of, yeah, it's ironic. They're creating a tower moment on your path, giving you some kind of obstacle, right? So here's you going forward with the Chariot, running into a roadblock with the Hangman stopping you in your tracks. It creates a tower moment. But what's actually happening is that as karma works, they're doing it actually to themselves. They're creating a roadblock for themselves because you've already healed past situations like this. You're familiar with it. Like, this is not a tower for you in the way that this person is hoping or in the way that this person is experiencing. What is going on here? Feel free to share. I always like to know how they resonate, how these how the readings resonate. This person's reasoning is kind of strange. It feels like they're kind of deluding themselves. You're so beyond that, though. You're not like, there's no chance you're gonna fall for this. I really don't see you falling for it at all. Mother of Swords, Mother of Wands. You're like, Justice in reverse. You're like, I see what's happening here. I've read the small print of this contract, of this karmic contract, and I'm not doing it. Death, Seven of Swords. Look at this, the High Priestess. Yeah, you're totally tapped in and tuned into something being concealed. And therefore, you're not going to engage in the way that this person is trying to get you to engage or get you to turn around on your path, you know? Okay, so your opportunity is the Eight of Swords. This is interesting. Okay, so this is you taking their crown chakra fire as your opportunity. Let them kind of do whatever it is they're doing. because they're only going to confuse themselves. They're only trying to kid themselves that they're not going to end up at the same outcome that they're already moving towards, right? Like, they're their own worst enemy. Yeah, that's key. Maybe that's the title. They are their own worst enemy. And it's your opportunity to just let this person kind of play this game with themselves. Yeah. Can I get a little bit more on that? 8 of Swords. Yeah, 10 of Swords. Because ultimately, that's what's going to bring it to an end. It's really important for you to not, if you can, now I know this isn't always possible, but if you can, to not let this consume you, because it feels like this person is trying to get something to consume you. So try to take a step back. You're Temperance. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You really are. Your energy is beautiful. You can take a step back from this. You don't have to let this consume you. Now, you can be emotional about it, and it can definitely affect you, but you can talk it through with someone, with yourself, with your friends, someone you trust, a counselor, I don't know, someone. In the comments, people will support you, 3121. You know, like, there's something here where Spirit is saying, you're too powerful to let this bring you down. You've done some kind of work already. Now, I also feel like it's worth saying that whatever is going on here, don't feel bad if it does affect you, because it looks like they're doing something. But don't let it consume you. There's a difference of being affected and being consumed. Okay? Because you're on the right path. And this does not, I'm hearing, this does not have the authority to derail you. They do not have the authority to derail you. Okay. Your challenge is the 4 of Cups. This is like you getting apathetic about your own path, or about whatever it is that you're doing to better yourself or to further yourself. This is like you saying, forget it. You know what? It's too hard. This whole thing is just too hard. I'm going to give up. This whole healing business, this whole ambition I have, this quest I'm on, it's too hard. This independence I'm seeking, the stability I'm seeking, it's too hard. Forget it. That's a challenge, not to sink into that. Knight of Wands. Don't act recklessly either, which I don't think you'll do, but it's advice here for sure. The advice card is strength, to know your courage and your resolve. Look at this beautiful lion. You got this. And I think that's what's freaking this person out, is they know that you're not panicked. And even if you are affected, you're not going to be afflicted in a way that's going to obscure what's up ahead for you. I know this because the outcome of this whole situation is the world, which is a completion. It's an ending. It's mastery. It feels like if you employ strength and courage, and also tame your inner beast, the beast in you that wants to react, or maybe the beast in you that gets scared. If you tame those parts of you and you act with courage and fortitude and strength, then you've mastered the situation. And it feels like whatever troubles they're trying to incur upon you, or even of themselves and make you witness it, I don't know what that's about, it ends. Let me see. Tell me more about the ending. Six of Swords. This is great. This means mental clarity. I'm hearing mental acuity. Okay, maybe you outsmart someone just by being non-reactive. Also, don't be boastful or prideful in this situation. It won't serve you. Six of Swords is moving away from a troubling situation. With the World card, this is like clearing your mind of this crown fire, Ace of Cups, and enjoying your life again, being open to your own stability, progress, prosperity, because you decided that that's what you want. You don't want to give in to this. Okay, is there more here? Let me pull one last card. I think I might do, should I do an extended? Hold on, should I do an extended? Okay, I'm going to do an extended reading on this, and I want to go a layer deeper. I want to see what else is here. If you want to go to that, the link is in the description box below, because I feel like there's some stuff. I'm hearing morbid. I don't know. There's some stuff underneath this. But if you don't want to go to that, or you can't, then trust that you got the information you needed here and you're not missing anything at all. Okay, really trust that. Really believe that if you can't go or you don't want to go to the extended. Can we get a last message here? What does collective need to hear? Jeweled web and connectivity and watchers, transpersonal. This card is about taking a step back from a situation. And it really is Six of Swords energy. It's like taking a step out of the reactivity, looking at all the facts, looking at what's going on here, looking at your past experience and what it's taught you and how you can apply those lessons to this to deal with it in the best possible way. I feel like someone's trying to get you to react, and Spirit's saying, observe, watch, don't react. And then this card, Jeweled Web, connectivity, it feels like Spirit's saying there are others you could reach out to, trusted others to connect with, to get you to maybe see the fuller picture, give you advice, or just confirm what you already know to be true. I also feel like here Spirit's saying with connectivity that this is karmic in nature, this whole situation, which means that how you handle it and how someone else handles it has repercussions. It connects to other situations in the future, future unfoldings. Let me see what else connectivity says. The feeling state. Approaching any oracle requires you to come in with certain expectations. You're either looking for confirmation of what you already know, or attempting to shed light on what eludes you on the obvious path you're on. You're asking whether you'll reach a desired goal of some kind. You're rarely able to see beyond memory or projection, and so naturally everyone comes to the oracle with a narrow perception of what's possible. And I feel like that's this person too. It's like they really have a vision of what's going to happen. They think they can skirt around something. Maybe they're not connecting the dots, really, of what's going on. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about... And I also feel like they're trying to get you to convince yourself of your path, your destination, what's up ahead for you. I don't know. Imagine that the answer to your question is not about landing at a particular destination, meeting a goal, connecting to a special lover, reaching an endgame, or experiencing anything specific. Instead, you discover a shimmering web of jewels you didn't know existed. The world is interconnected in a living web of energy. It isn't possible to know how any of it works, but know this. What is in your highest good is a sparkling jewel that lights up for you among the web of possibilities. You just need to know how you want to feel and choose this consciously. Take your focus off getting anywhere. Practice feeling and being in a place where your desired experience has already come to pass. Who will you be when this is true for you? Can you be that now? Feel that now? Practice that. The better you know your path within this web of life, the more it will light up for you. It is celebrating you already. Yeah, it feels like, you see a passageway. You see a passageway. Because you're focused on the path, you're focused on the journey. You're not necessarily focused on what's beyond the mountain. You're focused on the passageway underneath the mountain. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that helped. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.